asked Stefan last week about the situation in the Anglophone areas of Cameroon, Northwest and Southwest Province. And, the internet has been turned off there for 50 days. Lawyers have been arrested. 8 journalists have been detained. So I wanted to know, he said that the UN was following it and that he would try to get something. Do you have something? And also, what does it mean to say the UN is following it? And what does it think about how people in those 2 regions are being treated?
Yeah, we monitor these situations, including through our desks. But with Cameroon, as with other countries, we are concerned about any detentions of journalists. We want to make sure that there is respect for freedom of expression and for the rights of the media. And along those lines, we need to make sure that due process is followed in all of these cases. What
about the turning off of the internet for in this case, 50 days? And I guess my question is, I know that the council was recently there, and there's some back and forth about whether this issue arose. But does DPA provide any briefings in advance to the council in terms of the countries that are about to visit, or is it entirely up to, not up to, but it's obviously up to, but does DPA provide any, did they brief the council, let's say, on this issue of the Anglophone areas of Cameroon prior to the current trip?
I'm not aware whether they briefed specifically about the Anglophone areas of Cameroon. They have provided information that's relevant prior to the trip.
One quick thing. When you were back there, I don't know if you heard the briefing or not, but there's been a question about Cameroon and the Anglophone areas. And Stefan said that the UN is, quote, following it. There seems to be no kind of formal statement. But are you following it? And what do you think of it seems to be getting worse? Is there something that DPA could or will be doing?
I mentioned the West Africa office under Mohammed Ibn Chambas, and we have an office in Libreville, Gabon, UN office for Central Africa, UNOCA, headed by Francois Fall, a very talented and experienced Ghanaian diplomat. And UNOWAS has had 2 missions to the Anglophone areas of Cameroon in the past couple months. Francois Fall has been in touch with the leaders of Cameroon to talk about ways to address grievances and reduce tensions. So we're very much engaged on this, and it is another example where we want to be working on prevention.
When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression.